Yamamoto, as he goes about his business tonight, he has felt really good about facing Milwaukee. He faced them back a little while ago, and he was dominant. 7 innings of only 1-run ball. He is really looking forward to tonight, I know. And since then, when he faced him, it was the first week that he started to fix his cutter. The league was hitting .435 off his cutter coming into the middle of May, but the next start against Milwaukee started on a roll, and since then the cutter has only been hit at a .135 clip. So look for a few of those and look for weak contact and putting people away with his splitter.
Yeah, Milwaukee 29th in the majors against splitter, both in terms of average and slugging, and 1 for 21 against Yamamoto's splitter in the 2 games that we talked about, the championship series last year and that game in Milwaukee in May. How about the Brewers lineup here for game 2? It'll have Garrett Mitchell at the top of it. Jackson Chourio bats second in left field. Jake Bauers had the game-winning hit. He's the first baseman and 3-hitter. Andrew Vaughn took Yamamoto deep last year. Christian Yelich, the highest he's hit in the order in a few weeks. DHs and bats 5th. Trying to get him and William Contreras going. Contreras now 0 for his last 19. 21-year-old right fielder Luis Lara just came up a month ago. He's been a defensive highlight reel. Not that at the plate, though. David Hamilton at second. Joey Ortiz at short. Those guys triggered things from the bottom of the order last night for Pat Murphy's team. And what they're saying in that Milwaukee clubhouse is their biggest win of the year, considering they're coming off of that sweep in San Diego where they did not play very well. And, of course, the way they did it, scoring those 3 runs in the 9th inning to steal it 5-4. So we're all set. Yamamoto for the Dodgers, Robert Gasser for the Brewers. It's Garrett Mitchell to lead things off. Off we go. It's strike 1. A fastball to that inside corner. Last time Yamamoto pitched, the Dodgers were on a 7-game losing streak, and he did what you hope your ace will do. 5 2/3 scoreless innings. 11-7 on the year. Top 5 in the league with a .265 ERA. You want reliability. You want no surprises with your ace, and there never are with him.
And with him leading the pack, and then what Snell did the other night, and with Skubal, he will find his legs and be dominant. I am absolutely sure of that. So those 3 all healthy, and then with what the reinforcements are behind them, it's going to be a pretty special rotation.
Tyler Glasnow is going to make his second to last rehab start tonight. 1 more next week, and figures to join the rotation after that. That'd make it 8 starters if you include Ohtani. 1 and 2 on Mitchell.
It will make the October bullpen a little thicker, taking some of the equity out of the rotation and putting it in the pen.
And anybody currently in the pen or trying to get back to it, they'll be shaking in their boots a little bit, knowing that there's pieces that are going to, dominoes that are going to fall out of that rotation to take spots.
Well, the story on talk radio and the Dodger locker room is, of course, the struggles of Edwin Diaz right now. And we'll get to that at the end of the game to see who the Dodgers choose if they have a small lead.
0-2 to 3-2 on Mitchell. Got to see what the Brewers are all about, especially in the 9th inning yesterday with those 5 singles. But all told, they had 10 hits, all of them singles, and 7 walks. Mitchell swings and misses more than anybody, fouls this off, and stays alive.
It's a pressure offense from them. They just want to keep putting pressure on you until you crack. If you give them the 4th out with an error or you walk somebody, they're really good at capitalizing on mistakes.
Here's another payoff pitch, and it's fouled off. We've talked about it. The Dodgers have not been sharp lately, losing 9 of their last 13 games, and this is the kind of team that's going to expose that.
And we've missed a clean Dodger baseball. There's been sometimes that they just don't match up. The pitching is well one night, but the offense isn't there. The next night is pitching's getting hit around, but the offense was there, but it wasn't enough. And a few times, which we really don't expect from this club, but when the defense or the base running lets them down.
The old UCLA Bruin, Garrett Mitchell, who went into the 9th inning last night 4 for 42 this month, had the game-tying hit. Leading off for the first time in more than a month and working an 8-pitch at bat and blinking through a fastball for the first out of the ball game.
Before 2 strikes, he's hitting over 400. With 2 strikes, he's hitting only 114, and Yamamoto keeps that trend going.
usually because of the swing and miss, but here he takes strike 3. And if Yamamoto and the Dodgers get 7 strikeouts in this game, everybody gets that free Jumbo Jack tomorrow with the purchase of a large drink at LA area Jack in the Box restaurants. Here's Jackson Chourio. Nods in affirmation of his take on ball 1. He's a guy that knows when he does that, when he lays off those tough pitches. There aren't too many guys that are better than him. 22-year-old already in his 3rd year. On his way to what would be a 3rd consecutive 2020 season to start his career. 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases. Challenge here from Fiducia, and he's going to win it. ABS is powered by T-Mobile. After Garrett Mitchell blinked through strike 3, Mike Machinsky blinks through strike 2. So what do you like here?
Splitter in the dirt.
That's been the one.
Right out of that window from the fastball away. Okay, didn't bite.
It's Yamamoto's most used pitch. Out of the top 10 starting pitchers in baseball, he's the only guy that has something other than a fastball as his most used pitch. And it's been a change in the way that he's used it. He's using it more early in counts. That's accounted for that uptick in usage this year. When he does that, it's a strike pitch. Then he gets to 2 strikes. It's a different version of it, that chase pitch.
Well, he has such a reputation of having such great command and throwing strikes. He's trying to keep the ambush hitters off of him by throwing it early in the count. And especially landing it for a strike, because ambush hitters are going to start early. So your best tool is to change speeds on them, because they're usually ambushing a fastball.
Brewers making him work so far. This is going to be the 15th pitch, just 2 hitters in as they check on Chourio after he fouled that ball off. Now 5 2/3 against the Diamondbacks his last start, but for him that's not good. It's the first time since May that he failed to get through 6 innings. He needed 107 pitches to go 5 2/3. Guy that leads the major leagues, averaging just under 7. Another 2-strike to Chourio, and it's in there for strike 3. There's that cutter you were talking about.
It has been really good since about May 18th. League just hitting over 100 on it. And if they're looking for the splitter or don't want to get surprised by the fastball, then he throws that. It's a pretty nice combination.
Last 2 starts have been the 2 highest cutter usage games of his career. Back-to-back Ks to start this one. Jake Bauers comes up. Fastball for a strike. Wow. Go ahead.
That'll help him keep the pitch count down. We were talking about the pitch count and the 6+ pitches of the first 2 hitters. You want him out there for length.
And then he drops in a curve.
Took him only 92 pitches to beat these Brewers last time he faced them, and that was 7 innings, and the Dodgers would love to see that outing recreated.
It's been a little more the standard than what we saw last week against Arizona. Just so efficient. Hasn't had as many strikeouts as he used to, but he's been fine trading that out to get a bunch of weak contact and deeper outings. Check swing, 1 2.
Curveball with 2 strikes. Interesting, because a lot of times he uses the curveball kind of just to lay it in there early in the count to steal a strike. They're trying to use it as a put-away pitch.
Trying to do what Alex Vesia couldn't, getting 2 strikes on Bauers. Bauers, the game-winning hit against him on a 2-strike pitch. Takes outside, and the count evens up. th pitch of this first inning from Yamamoto.
Tried a backdoor cutter and missed slightly wide, and then just tried to cut it in on his hands and got it too far in. Another deep pitch count. Number 21 coming.
3-2. Bowers is one of the guys that spoke up after they got swept in San Diego, and he said, I think we just need to chill out a little bit. And then he said after the game last night, that ninth inning is exactly what he had in mind when he said that. It's comfortable line drive swings to produce that rally. And here he earns the walk after falling behind 0-2. This is a long first inning for Yamamoto. 7+ pitches to all 3 hitters. And Andrew Vaughn coming up here.
Third baseman number 28.
What he's going to need next inning is a Kershaw, and that's 10 pitches or less to get a pitch count in order. And Clayton on hand, of course, for his bobblehead night tonight.
Clayton and Ellen +5. 1-0 on Vaughn.
Look at that crew.
Clayton was out here getting early work in with the boys. About 3:30 this afternoon. Boys are taking ground balls. Clayton had his workout gear, his Dodger workout gear on.
Yeah, I don't think he traveled with the old stuff. I think he got issued some new stuff in there. Alex Torres probably took care of him. He manages the clubhouse in there.
Clayton has said that he would like his sons to watch the way Yamamoto pitches, mimic his mechanics, mimic just the way he goes about his business, and it'd be hard to come up with a better compliment from a better source than that.
It's going to take maybe the 3rd inning when they're finished their food for him to watch.
Vaughn smacks it on the ground to second. Tommy Edman will throw him out, and it's a long first inning, but it's a scoreless one. Here come the Dodgers, presented by your SoCal Helpful Honda dealers. Ohtani to lead off. Pages, Taylor Hernandez up to the 3 spot today. Mookie Betts is back in there. Tommy Edman and Kyle Tucker. Max Muncy at third base with Kike Hernandez getting a rare start at first. Freddie Freeman his first day off since mid-May. And Fiducia doing the catching against Robert Gasser. Dodgers faced Gasser in May and had him out of there before the 5th inning was complete. They scored 4 runs against him, 4 hits, 4 walks in that game. Against the 27-year-old left-hander. Comes home to Shohei Ohtani. And Ohtani pops the first pitch up to left center field. Churio and Mitchell. Who's it going to be? It's Mitchell. They both wanted it. Ended up being the center fielder, as it should have been all along.
Shohei has been very good for power early in the count, and he goes after that one, but doesn't get all of it, gets under it. Wow.
One pitch, 1 out. Up comes Andy Pages. This is the 10th left-handed starter the Dodgers have faced over their last 14 games, and they're just 2-7 against left-handed starters in that time.
This is the arsenal they're going to face from this lefty, and he's going to throw predominantly the fastball, the sinker, and the sweeper. He throws a lot of sweepers, and he's going to try and get you to chase. The Dodgers got to get him in the zone.
Robert's from the Sacramento area. Grew up a big A's fan, wanting to be the next Barry Zito, who's known for that big old curveball. So the sweeper is his big breaking pitch that he modeled after Zito. Originally drafted by the Padres, the Brewers got him in that Josh Hader trade years ago, 2022. Got a chunk of Pages there just under the knee. Waits on this 1-1 pitch from Gasser. He was in the major leagues not too long after that. Came up in 2024 and dazzled as a rookie. Had a 2.5 ERA through 5 starts, but then his elbow started hurting and underwent Tommy John surgery. Got shut down, missed the next year. Pages floats it into center field and becomes the first base runner of the ball game.
We talk about that sound on hard hit balls. It had that sound. Well, this one is complete opposite.
Base hit nonetheless. First of the weekend for Pages.
He hit it like his bat was hollow.
Well, when the Dodgers got to Gasser back in Milwaukee, this is the man that had the big swing, Teoscar Hernandez. It was a 3-run home run that he hit, one of his 11 this year.
A sweeper that stayed very level, and he got the barrel on it.
Got it off of the pole. Smacks a line drive to left field, base hit, back-to-back singles for the Dodgers here in the first.
It's the righties that should get the damage done against Glasser. They're hitting .276 the league is with an OPS over 800. Home run was on a sweeper. This base hits on an elevated fastball trying to get in on him.
Table set from Mookie Betts, who went 6 out of 11 with 4 extra base hits against the Royals to open up this homestand. Off of the bench yesterday was 0 for 1. Dave Roberts is saying, yeah, the production is nice, but seeing him the way he's carrying himself, he said, has been his favorite thing about it. He says he sees some swagger back. And Doc has said he feels like that's part of his role as the managers, to help remind Mookie who he is. Grounds one through the left side, base hit, 3 in a row. And a run in the first for the Dodgers as Betts drives home Pages. Dodgers beating the Brewers at their own game. Peppering singles around the ball yard.
Through the Dodgers tough times lately, the offense pulled out of it was more extra base hits. They've had the long ball going and the singles going. The extra base hits are where they really get it going. Maybe they get one here.
So Mookie Betts 7 out of 13 on this homestand. Tommy Edman taking strike 1. Edman walked and scored yesterday, but was hitless and is now just 6 for his last 50. Two on here in the first. Chance for a big inning for LA. Ground ball towards the middle, picked up by Ortiz, shovels to second for 1, and then a wide throw to first that's stopped by Bauer.
Bauer had a shot to maybe fake out Teoscar at third. He dived for this, gets it in the glove, and if he starts running towards the sideline wall, he might all of a sudden get Teoscar to come around third. Dive like that and then just keep running towards your own dugout. You might get away with it.
First and third, 2 gone. Kyle Tucker climbs into the batter's box and has to feel good about this matchup. He's 3 for 3 with a home run and a triple against Gasser. Snuck that cutter by him. Tucker yesterday 0 for 4. 0 for 12 on the homestand. On an 0-1, Tucker takes away. Like you're talking about, the righty's going to have to do the damage. Lefty's just 178 against him. Half of the lineup would be left-handed today. Ohtani at the top, Tucker and Muncy back-to-back here, and then Fiducia out of the 9 spot. Grounder to second. Hamilton to first, and that's that for the Dodgers in the first. But they get on the board with 3 consecutive singles, a little bit like the Brewers' top of the 9th last night. Dodgers start today's game that way.
Head to MLBshop.com and score the Dodgers gold jerseys and caps commemorating their World Series win last fall. Plus, check out the largest selection of authentic gear from all the MLB clubs. Grab official on-field merchandise just like the players wear at MLBshop.com.
All right, let's see how efficient Yamamoto can be here after the 26-pitch first inning. Promising start with a fastball to the corner of Christian Yelich. And then he took a splitter low.
Only 4 of those splitters after that one. Kind of saving that pitch a little bit so far. It's been mostly hard stuff. I'm gonna break it out 2 in a row. Don't you tell me what to do.
I'll show you. Show you, Bulldog. Comfy takes from Christian Yelich. Some good signs for the Brewers yesterday with him hitting the ball hard a couple times. He had 1 hit and then was robbed of a hit in the corner by Kike Hernandez. Got to get Christian Yelich going. Him and William Contreras, their 2 biggest paid players. Been hitting down near the bottom of the lineup lately. That's a leadoff walk. We get a word from Morongo.
The music of No Doubt by No Duh, the 20th. Morongo.
One of those struggling hitters is aboard, and another one coming up here in Contreras. We talk about the Brewers being a bat-to-ball team, put the pressure on you. They got to have a guy like this who's capable of providing power, provide him with that power. But since the end of June, the worst hitter in the National League, and overall this year, just 11 home runs for Contreras. Fastball speeds by him for a strike.
He's a guy that will definitely play hurt, so you just wonder, are there aches and pains or something that's really hurting his swing and his power?
He played through a broken finger all of last year, still hit 17 home runs, 23 home runs the year before that. He doesn't need to be a 30, 40 home run guy, and he's not that. But they got to have him produce. They're top 5 in runs scored, but when you look at the lineup and he's not hitting, especially him, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like a top 5 offense.
When you don't hit for power and it is kind of pressure and just kind of putting the ball in play, there's no real headline to your offense.
We were talking about it last night. Of course, in the postseason, you'd love both. You'd love the ability to hit for power and to put the ball in play. But if you have to choose one, home run in this day and age has been the sure path to winning. Bouncing ball to third. Muncie's got it to second one. Over to first. That's a double play.
When you're talking about the home run leads to winning, it's because off the ace pitchers that you're going to face in October, they're not going to make 4 mistakes in an inning and give you up a base hit, a walk, another base hit, and then a double. You're going to have to hit 1 mistake out of the park.
The Brewers are dead last in the majors in home runs. Put it in play better than anybody. That's been the case the last couple years, and it just hasn't translated to October. 2 outs for Luis Lara. Came up in early July. Lara's just 21 years old. Hasn't done a whole lot at the plate, but it seems like every night you're seeing a highlight of him defensively. Last year won a Gold Glove as the top center fielder in the entire minor leagues. That was at the age of 20. Got a lot of young talent that they've started to bring up. Cooper Pratt, long-term shortstop, signed him to a long-term deal, but he's out right now with an injury. In Milwaukee, as Lara takes strike 3, Milwaukee needs guys like that to come up and produce cost-controlled players. 1-0 Dodgers, middle 2. Bring it back with our Performance Spotlight, sponsored by Southern California Nissan dealers. Max Muncy with a pinch hit home run is 131st in this ballpark, a new record.
Any home run from now on that he hits in this ballpark, he's going to go where no Dodger has gone before.
Leads off against Robert Gasser and takes outside for ball 1. He hit 5 home runs in 2 seasons in Oakland. And then he goes 2 years without playing in the major leagues. 232 home runs in a Dodger uniform. Plus all the ones he's hit in the postseason. I asked him today for his top 3 all-time home runs. He said number 1, Game 3 of the 2018 World Series, 18-inning walk-off. Number 2 was home run in Game 7 last year that got the Dodgers to within 1. And then number 3 said he's going to go a little bit off of the grid, a little more of a personal story. 2019 hit a walk-off home run against the Blue Jays on a night where his wife Kelly had flown to Texas to get their new puppy. Was bringing the puppy back home. He's really excited to meet the puppy after the game. It goes to extras. He's like, I just want to meet the dog. Well, he hits the walk-off home run. Gets to go meet the puppy. Names him Jax after the walk-off Jack.
I like it. I was thinking it might be Dinger.
Yeah, that'd been a good name for him too. 1 gone in the second inning, and Kike Hernandez to the plate. 3 strikeouts yesterday, 2 for 20 in his return from the injured list. Takes ball 1. He's at first base today. Freddie Freeman getting his first day off since May 15th, and Kike Hernandez making his first start of the year there. Had a dozen of them last year, though. And it does not matter where you put him. He has been excellent defensively.
He really is. He knows where he is. He knows what baseball clock he has to use. Completely different no matter where you are in the infield, and completely different in the outfield. You got to know the situation. You got to think about, what am I going to do if the ball is hit to me?
It's hit to Ortiz, who charges it and throws to first to get Hernandez. Dodgers 1, Brewers nothing. Bottom of the second inning. Here comes the catcher tonight, Hunter Fiducia, who had his first home run as a Dodger this time around, his last game, Wednesday against Kansas City. Takes a strike. Here it was on Wednesday night.
Right center. Just got the barrel on it. Got the backspin and got it out of here.
Said he's really feeling good. His swing right now. He, as a pro, had always had a toe tap. When he got to Tampa Bay, the hitting coaches didn't like it. They said, why don't we simplify? Get rid of it. He comes back to the Dodgers, and Robert Van Scoyoc and Aaron Bates are like, where'd your toe tap go? So he's reincorporated it, and he said, yeah, that now I know why I always did this. Feels like he's back home. On this 1-2, he swings and misses, and Gasser works a 1-2-3 second. Three strikeouts already for Yamamoto, so 4 away from Joe Jax.
Like to see him continue on. We've seen the mix, the full mix, the curveball, the cutter, the fastball, the splitter. Land him a little more often, get the pitch count down, and go 7.
A 27 pitch or 26 pitch first inning, just 12 pitches in that second. On to the third we go. 8-9-1 coming up from Milwaukee. It's David Hamilton to lead off. Hamilton, who leads the majors in bunt hits with 11 of them this year. Fouls off the first pitch, attempting to do that again. Got him in a trade from Boston this offseason. He's always been fast, but he never really tried to bunt for hits. The Brewers said that is going to be part of your game. You come over here. Curve lands for a strike. It almost always freezes him when he throws it.
You know, especially those ones that go up, because that's his same window as his high 4-seam fastball.
Nice splitter right there to finish him off, his 4th K.
Yeah, not the biggest of splitters, but still, even though it was slightly above the knees, it has some good depth at the end. That little bite, almost like a sinking fastball, but this one is the splitter.
Milwaukee 1 for 21 against that pitch. You combine game 2 of the championship series last year with his start against Milwaukee in May. 1 gone in the third. Here's Joey Ortiz. Fastball misses away to the Brewers shortstop, who's 2 for 3 with a run knocked in and a run scored yesterday, and a .235 career hitter. Since the 4th of July, is leading the National League, hitting .350. That's come at a good time. We talk about Yelich and Contreras struggling, but guys like Ortiz have picked up the slack. Some confidence back for the native of Garden Grove outside Anaheim. Chops this one over. Muncy's got no chance, and he keeps on living right, does Ortiz. Into second with a double.
That hit some firm ground. He hit it awfully hard, straight into the ground to have it hop that far and that high. Got some top spin and everything, just takes off. Swings at one of three pitches. These guys have gone weighing out Yamamoto so far. They're the lowest swing percentage team, and they are even lower than their norm. Their norm is around 43%. They're in the 30s tonight.
So first runner in scoring position for him, and back to the top of the order in Garrett Mitchell, who struck out his first time, an 8-pitch at bat, but took strike 3. First hit of the game right there for Milwaukee, and the first extra base hit of this series. Oh, 0-2. Got some signatures there. Couldn't tell who. Fastball and a challenge coming here from Fiducia. ABS is powered by T-Mobile, and to concentrate like that when there's a check swing going in front of your face and to nail that, that's impressive.
Early in the game, challenges, you really want to be right, and that was a thin margin to be right.
Number 11, Jackson Churio.
So it's up to Churio with 2 out. Strikeout his first time. OPS and MVP territory his last 10 games, around 1,000 after a rough month of July. Wicked rip and a miss right there. It's another one of the guys they rely on for some power. A scrappy, contact heavy lineup. Churio 17 home runs, second on the team behind Jake Bauers, who's on deck here. I don't know, 1 from Yamamoto. Churio pops it foul. Out of play. 0-2.
2 pitches, 2 swings, 2 strikes. Maybe Milwaukee needs to start swinging the bat a little bit more. So far, they've had 4 strikeouts looking, and that ties a season high for Yamamoto.
2 2/3 into this game. Strikes him out on a filthy slider right there. He's not throwing that pitch very much, but he breaks it out to finish off Churio and already get his 6 K through 3 innings.
Come really early and join the Dodgers for an exclusive Shohei Ohtani Starter Series bobblehead. It's on August 22nd, presented by Toyo Tires. Visit Dodgers.com/promotion for more information. And look at the traffic before you start coming, because there are going to be a lot of people.
I always have to, that's a new thing these last couple years. You got to check the promotional schedule before you decide what time you're going to go. Ohtani leading off this third, a ball and a strike against Robert Gasser.
I mean, it's like people camping out for concert tickets.
It's like Woodstock.
It's the way it used to be back in the day. Now it's done online, but boy, those campouts for concert tickets or the new iPhone or all the different things that people used to wait for physically. They're doing it for Ohtani bobbleheads now.
And for Hello Kitty.
And Yamamoto, man. The list, but this guy's at the top of the heap.
Fly to center field his first time. Down 1-2. Here comes Gasser. Strikes him out. Second K for Gasser. Let's check in with Kirsten Watson.
Thanks, Joe. Well, for Shohei Ohtani, he made a big step in his throwing progression, actually getting off of the mound in a bullpen this afternoon. He threw about 34 pitches, used his entire pitch mix. So Dave Roberts took that. They're going to just see how he comes in tomorrow, how he feels. Then they'll have a better idea as to what the next step is going to be for him.
All right, great sign. Questions every day. What did Ohtani do today? That was a little bit outside, and ball 1 on Pages.
That one right there would make the late, great Bob Uecker proud.
Just a bit outside. Pages singled to start the first inning rally. Came in to score the Dodgers run. Chops his pitch foul. Now we talk about the struggles of the bullpen lately, but some of the blame that the pen is taking belongs with the offense, which has been well below its bar. That's a base hit to left, and Pages 2 for 2. The margins have just been so small. And so you got a bullpen that, look, the 6-man rotation means that it's a 7-man bullpen right now. So it's already a little bit short. Everybody's getting used pretty heavily at this point. And they're doing it without as much run support, and as much room for error as they typically would have. This 4-9 stretch for the Dodgers, they've scored more than 4 runs only 4 times. 20th in the majors in runs scored since the start of July. High strike on Hernandez.
This portion of the Dodger offense tonight is the one that's reaching base. 3 righties in a row, and then the switch hitter of Edman, and they have been wearing out left field, whether it's a ground ball in the 6th hole or a line drive by Teo to left. They are looking for the fastball middle in or looking for the sweeper, and both of them these guys have been pulling.
Let's ask Hernandez, who is not starting against right-handers a lot of the time lately. Against lefties, hitting third because he's a .280 hitter against lefties this year. Pages at first, 1 away. 0-2 pitch from Robert Gasser.
Mostly sweepers, fastballs, and sinkers. Will he stay away from him with the sinker to try and get a ground ball?
Going out there with the changeup.
Yep. Well, if there's an Achilles heel to Teoscar when he's going bad, it is the outer half of the plate. He has been really good middle in.
Spoils this one, stays alive. I was talking to him yesterday, and he said that he feels like he's been thinking too much about the pitcher and what the pitcher is going to do to him. He said, look, number 1, I'm at my best when I'm not thinking as much. Number 2, a lot of times we prepare for the guy's scouting report, and then against us, he does something totally different. So right now, Teoscar trying to simplify things, less thinking, a little bit less information. He said, I'm going up there saying, I'm going to know what pitch I want to hit, and then I'm going to try to be on time when I get it.
You can't pick your pitch now with 2 strikes. You've got to do that before this count.
Sends one in the air to right field for Lara. And out number 2. Dodgers 1, Brewers nothing. It was Mookie Betts that knocked in the run in the first inning. Now 7 out of 13 on this homestand.
We like the Mookie flight pattern to be in the air to left field. This one, he did get in the air. Yes, it went through the infield, but it was a line drive, 1 hopper that got the work done.
Dave Roberts has reminded him over and over during this stretch. You're Mookie Betts, and the pitcher out there doesn't see 220 or 230, whatever it is. They see you. They see Mookie Betts. You got to know how good you are. Trying to repeat last year when his numbers were almost exactly what they were this year in early August. At the same exact time that he had a big game last year to start a long rally to finish off the regular season. Had one of those in Chicago this year. Eerily similar paths, but he'd love to continue. Ball gets away from Gasser momentarily, not far enough though.
A lot of youth baseball, they teach you to back up the pitcher no matter when the ball's being thrown to him. Big league level, pretty much taken for granted that they can play catch.
Pages runs. Throw to second is into center field. Pages didn't see it until late, but he's into scoring position for Betts.
Took Ortiz's glove right off with the hard slide at second. It's going to be a one-hop throw from the catcher. Pages has been trying to steal some bags. Got good turnover. Not a real big stride length on Andy, but he has a good turnover rate on his running.
Everybody clap, clap, clap your hands.
12th of the season for Pages.
Clap your hands.
Most on the team, by the way. Nobody else more than 7. 1 and 2 on Betts. Gasser deals. Betts grounds one to third. Vaughn charges and throws it across the diamond to finish off the Dodgers in the third. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA. Brought to you by your Southern California Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Dodgers 1, Brewers nothing. To the middle innings we go. 3, 4, and 5 for Milwaukee. Jake Bauers takes a strike.
How's he striking him out? Well, he's striking him out because I think he's between their ears. You don't see these big chase pitches. You see guys that are in between or late movements in the strike zone. The height of all those strikeouts, a lot of them takes. That means these players, they're just sitting there going, what's he going to throw me now? And they're getting locked up.
And after he needed 26 pitches to get to the first inning with that patient approach, or at that point looked like a patient approach, 24 pitches in the 2 innings since to get him back on track for the night. On a night where we talked about it off of the top, it'd be important that he does what he normally does in terms of length after they used each of their top 5 relievers last night.
Well, the key with Yamamoto, if you want to get him out of the game or have him have a rough outing, is to get him early. Once he finds his release point, once he gets between your ears with his selection and his precision, it is really hard to stop him from getting to the 7th.
He's already got his 7th K.
They better fire up the grill early. This is happening in a hurry to get to these hamburgers. Holy smokes.
Jumbo Jackson the 4th.
Oh, you should get an extra one or something.
Make it
this early.
Double.
You do have to buy a large drink at any LA area restaurant to get it.
1 gone in this 4th inning, and now Andrew Vaughn with a chopper down to third for Max Muncy. It is low, and Hernandez can't dig it out.
Yes, they get a base runner, but the biggest problem for me is this was a real chance to get the pitch count in order.
Hernandez with his first start of the year over there.
Number 22,
Once he
Christian
says,
Yelich.
my bad. Oftentimes, first basemen are like umpires in that you don't notice them until something goes wrong. Freddie Freeman so many times cleans things up over there.
You know,
that are easy to look past.
Yeah, Max could have probably set his feet, gunned it over there, but he decided to go with the quick release. And the only problem with the quick release is maybe he would have wanted to be a little longer hop, so it'd be easy on somebody like Kike, who's not over there very much.
Yelich, the hitter, inside corner, strike 2.
Yeah, he just goes with the quick kind of wrong foot play. See how many times with the tap and the steps he easily could have probably stopped. But you know what? We have a lot of confidence on the left side of the infield. Max has done an amazing job over there, so give him a mulligan. Yamamoto now going to pick up his teammate, his third baseman, pitch around that error.
With a good double play candidate here in Christian Yelich. Grounded into one last night. Hits it on the ground more than any hitter in the league. Earned a walk his first time. Under the 2 from Yamamoto. But nothing but strikeouts lately. Each of the last 5 outs have been recorded via the strikeout. 2-2. He's worked it full. Instant replay of his first at bat.
Double play ball here. Your average is around 15 pitches an inning. That squares up that count, makes up for that error.
It's only the second pitch that Yelich has swung at. He's seen 12 pitches, his second swing.
He swung at ball 4. Should have stayed in take mode.
Vaughn at first, 1 away. Dodgers by a run in the 4th, trying to tie this series up. And the payoff from Yamamoto. Yelich pokes one to third. Muncy stabs it. And a little atonement. 2 away.
You like a little redeemer down there at third. Get the ball hit back at me, please. I just want to feel good about myself. Get back in the game. Well done. Hit so hard that the curvature couldn't take it away from him. Hit a little easier, probably out there in left field for a double.
2 gone. Up comes Contreras. Bat held high as he waits on the first one, and a curve spins outside.
You know, when a guy's struggling and he might have some aches and pains, you got to watch throwing slow stuff for a strike, because his bat speed is probably a little lower than normal. I like it.
So I started him the last time too. I think 4-seam by him.
And he threw the slow stuff for a ball wide to see if he would chase, but then get in there. That bat is slow.
Does it again.
97 with some life. If you're going to throw him something soft or you want him to chase, just don't leave it in the zone. Nothing thigh high, nothing knee high, softer than 90 miles an hour.
Here's his 1-2 pitch. Goes up with a fastball. We'll do it again.
Very intelligent pitch selection. They throw him the slow curveball wide that he can't reach in the first one, and then they've stayed heater all the way.
Then a splitter, and they've been very patient against that pitch tonight.
You know, there's like hitters in lineups, you say this guy's not going to beat me. They might come into this game saying we're not going to be put away by the splitter. If anything's down by the knees and it maintains its height like a fastball, we just tip our hat. Anything else, we're not chasing that.
If it's low, let it go.
If it's high, let it fly.
It said enough is enough, perhaps. Just one hit against his splitter the last 2 times they faced him. They've not been good against anybody's splitter this year. Here comes a 2-2 from Yamamoto. Check swing, taps a curve back to him. 4 scoreless innings from Yamamoto.
First 40,000 fans tomorrow will take home an exclusive Reggie Smith Legends of Dodger Baseball bobblehead presented by Bank of America. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
Dodgers up 1-0 as Tommy Edman leads off this 4th. Got the run in the first inning against Gasser with 3 consecutive singles, just 1 base runner since.
Hot start by the offense, looking really good against a lefty. The right-hander's getting it done to get that run, but since then, yeah, just 1 for 9, Joe.
Dodgers 2 back of the Brewers for the top seed in the National League. Really the bigger deal is making sure you're one of the top 2 seeds to get that bye. Atlanta lost earlier, just their 4th loss in their last 15 games, and so that drops them down into a tie with LA for that 2 seed. Dodgers a couple weeks will play at Atlanta. What'll be a big 3-game series. On a 2-1 from Gasser. Edman rounds it foul, 2-2. Brewers led the majors last year with 97 wins, franchise record for them. Leading the National League this year. They had been leading the majors until recently when Tampa Bay went crazy. Rays came into today with a 9-game winning streak. You can see they're going to be out of town scoreboard. There's a tapper left side, not going to be easy for anybody. It'll be an infield hit for Tommy Edman.
Fielder's choice in his first at bat where he beat out a possible double play ball. Well, this one, a little infield number down the line, and now they're just worried about is it going to roll foul, but it does not. It maintains its direction, and that's a base hit.
Tommy will take it any way he can get it right now. Just his 7th in his last 52 at-bats. Tampa Bay, just to wrap up that point, lost earlier, so the 9-game winning streak comes to an end at the hands of the Baltimore Orioles. And with that, Milwaukee's back into the top spot in baseball by a half game. Tucker grounded out to second his first time. Now, Kyle Tucker, 2 big things that help make him one of the best hitters in baseball, and that's any way you slice it, for years. 1, and we've talked about this, the hitting coaches identifying this, how long he has the bat on plane. Gets his hands down, gets the barrel drop, gives him a chance to make contact on the barrel maximum amount of time. And then number 2, never having to think too much about his mechanics or his swing. Very simple approach. But as he struggled this year, like he never really has, it's forced him to kind of get into the other side of his brain and having to go in there and think, okay, what is it that makes me good when I'm good? Why do I struggle when I struggle? And talking to the hitting coaches, they feel like there's progress in that, but also a learning process and how you go into that side of the brain and then implement that once you get into the game when you're not used to really using that side. Can you translate my pseudoscience there?
Well, there are things that you do unconsciously that come really natural without age, without injury, without slumps, and it just kind of flows out of your body and you make those adjustments naturally. It's just a feel thing, but After you struggle long enough and hard enough, you go, I got to attack it a new way. And you got to start doing a few things consciously instead of just being very natural from what you brought from youth. And I don't mean born with it. You've worked to build it. But once you've built it and it's working, start to lose it, you might have to think a different way. Especially here at home for him. He's hitting under 200. You see that batting average of 236. He's hitting just under 200 at home, hitting 275 on the road.
Yeah, on the road, he's hit like Kyle Tucker.
Right. You can look at it, you know, half glass full or half glass empty. But I look at it as full. They're going to be one of the top teams in baseball, maybe the best record of baseball by the end of the year. And we got pieces that aren't firing on all cylinders, or we got pieces we didn't have all year, and now they're healthy and doing well. I'm looking at it half full.
So his career OPS, 845. His road OPS as a Dodger, 840. Home OPS as a Dodger, 575.
That's a guy on a bubble at home that's risking to go to the minors.
Third K, one gone in the fourth. Up comes Max Muncy. Not only was his home run last night the record setter for Dodger Stadium, but it was his 5th go-ahead home run since the All-Star break.
You know, we've gone through the years with Max, and rarely has he been the guy you always want up there in the key situations. You know, it's been Mookie, it's been Freddie, it's been Ohtani, it's been Will Smith, but I think he is the guy now. Right guy in the right spot, Mr. Clutch.
I asked him today, what does it take to be that guy? What does it take to be a clutch hitter? And he said it's a balance where you don't want to make more of the situation than it is, but also, like you said, you want to be that guy. You want to be in the on-deck circle, hoping that it gets to you with the game on the line. He said he has not always been that guy. Thought back to Oakland, he said no chance. First couple months with the Dodgers, no chance. He said, I thought I was just up until Justin Turner and Logan Forsythe got healthy, and then I was headed back to AAA. Maybe never see the major leagues again. Justin Turner gets healthy, though, and instead of sending Muncy back to the minors, they move Cody Bellinger off of first base to the outfield, put Muncy at first, and he hasn't really looked back. And he said from that moment forward, he said, okay, I guess I don't really have to look over my shoulder for the first time in my major league career. And that freed him up to want to be the guy. Tries to lay off and does to work it full.
Well, Dave Roberts says to the young guys, you know, get comfortable being uncomfortable. But what Max described to you about being the guy in the moment, just be comfortable.
Eben off first. Payoff coming home. Muncy swings and misses. Castro down to 79 with that sweeper. I asked Will Smith the same thing. He's down there, as Kirsten told us, taking on-field batting practice today. How do you become a good clutch hitter? Luck. Kike Hernandez here. I said, come on. And he thought about it, and he said, I think the biggest thing is you can't be afraid to fail.
Yeah, I like that.
Kind of another way to say the same thing Max was saying.
And you can't want it too bad. You still have to get pitches to hit.
Grounder off the hands to short for Ortiz. And we go to the 5th with the Dodgers up 1-0. Happy 51st birthday to former Dodger McKay Christensen. Team for a short time. He got traded to the Dodgers in 2001 and came in with a career 197 batting average over parts of a couple seasons with the White Sox. And in his first 3 games in Dodger blue went 10 for 14. Just those 2 months with the Dodgers though, and next year a couple games with the Mets. Retired soon after that. Joined the family real estate development business. Said he just knew there was other things he wanted to do with his life. He was still crushing it in AAA. Probably could have gotten another chance in the big leagues, but moved on. Never wanted baseball, he said, to be all that defined him. Strike one on Luis Lara in a 1-0 game here in the 5th. You go back to when it all started for McKay. He was the 6th pick of the draft out of high school. Instead of starting his pro career, he spent the next 2 years in Japan serving an LDS church mission. And you think about what that means for your pro career and your development. That's going to be a huge wrench thrown in your development. But he had his priorities set and stuck to them. So happy birthday, McKay Christensen. Dodgers got their run in this game in the first inning on 3 consecutive singles. 4 scoreless from Yamamoto, who struck out 7. Lara hooks one towards the right field corner, off the wall. Tucker twirls and fires into second, but Lara can fly. Headlong dive and a leadoff double. Does not have a home run in the major leagues, and that looked like trouble off of the bat. Hit it to the perfect place to make it scary for Yamamoto.
Number 6, David Hamilton.
Yeah, the short wall is just tall enough to keep the ball in here. Kyle Tucker makes a great read on the carom and a great throw, but it is speed, a sure double for his wheels.
So the tying run in scoring position just like that. David Hamilton will be up there to bunt. Pushes it towards third. Muncy will have to hurry. With Hamilton's speed, it's an infield hit. 12th to lead the majors. 12th bunt hit for David Hamilton.
Number 3, Joey Ortiz.
This has happened really fast, and that is an outstanding bunt because it has no side spin, so no ability to roll foul. It has the barrel angled perfectly to give the spin and be a straight roller. That's good discipline with the top hand and not giving in and kind of slicing the bunt.
Tying run at third. Go ahead run at first. Nobody out here in the 5th. Joey Ortiz pounded it into the dirt his first time, and it turned into a double. Had an 8% hit probability. And it bounded over Max Muncy, went down the line. Prior to that double from Lara to lead off the inning, that was the only hit against Yamamoto.
Yama's been getting him strike out or hit it on the ground.
Stroke to right center field. Tucker's back. It's plenty deep enough to tie this game. Sac fly Joey Ortiz, 1-1 in the 5th.
Your ultimate goal would be to try and save that run at third, but really the best part after that is go ahead and trade an out for a run. Keep the crooked number out there and get back in the dugout with a tie game. 1st and 3rd in the 5th with no out. Just get them in the dugout and trust your offense.
3rd time through for the Brewers. Garrett Mitchell has struck out both times. Both times looking for a guy who normally it's the swing and the miss. Now, Yamamoto, you look at what he did last year, 30 starts and then 37 innings in the postseason, and you wonder what kind of toll is that going to take on a guy. Has not missed a start this year. 6+ innings in all but 3 of them. 3 or fewer runs in all but 2 of them. As sure of a thing as there is in baseball these days. What was supposed to be a question, him coming from Japan, the durability, has become the trademark.
With the rest that they give their rotation and not really going with a 5-man rotation. A lot of times they're stretching it out to a 6-man rotation. They've decided that that amount of rest, we can push them deeper into the game, and I think it's really fit with Yamamoto, with Ohtani when he's been healthy. It'll fit with Snell. It'll fit with all the starters. And then when we get to October, they're not going to have the same maybe innings pile up because they've had really good rest in between starts.
And because of how important it is to have those things and how well it's worked, that's why you're willing to run the 7-man bullpen out there that has been taxed. They're asking Dave Roberts about that today. Do you consider going to the 5-man rotation and get an extra arm down there? And he said the priority remains these starters, having them healthy and fresh going into the postseason. For the 3rd time today, he gets Mitchell, who's building a whole village of houses by the side of the road.
Left fielder Jackson Curio.
When they've got the ball in the air, it's been a line drive out to Muncy, a double and a sac fly, but most of the outs and most of the balls in play have either been on the ground or the strikeout.
Eight total today. That's second most in a game this year. He had 10 against the Padres in early July. And Milwaukee would be happy to never have to face this guy again. 2 outs here in the 5th. Tied at 1. Churio's the hitter. He too has done nothing but strike out. Top 2 guys in the lineup 0 for 5 Ks.
There's a lot of ways to shut the running game down as a pitcher, and Yama right now is doing a nice job varying his times after he comes set. He's freezing Hamilton over there. He waited to the very end of the pitch clock.
Chopper, Mookie, inning as Edman goes down and stabs the low throw. Halfway home, the Brewers have tied it at 1. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet is brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. 1 in the 1st for the Dodgers, 1 in the 5th for the Brewers. We're halfway home in Los Angeles. Joe, Oral, and Kirsten. Hope your weekend's off to a great start. Sonner Fiducia leads off this 5th. Well, both injured Dodger catchers were taking BP on the field today. It was a good sign to see Will Smith and Dalton Rushing both down there. Broken bat flare, shallow center, and Mitchell's there to get it. Will said his neck feels good. He said his swing was terrible, though. He's been catching the last few days, getting back into doing that. And he said he's got a little soreness in his neck from the added weight of the mask. So the muscles, the stabilizing muscles he hadn't been using. He said still no firm timeline, just trying to stack little progress on top of little progress each day. And he's got the proof of last year that he doesn't need a lot of time. Remember, he missed the entire last month last year with a hand injury. And we know how it ended with a game-winning home run in Game 7. Ball on Ohtani. His swing is just so simple. Plug and play a little more easily than a more complicated swing. And the technology these days, specifically the traject machine that can simulate the game-type pitching, can get guys ready a little bit faster.
Guys that are good ping pong players and good golfers usually don't need the same amount of rehab because they have such great eye-hand coordination and such great reel for rhythm. Especially you think about the smash And then you think about the finesse and ping pong.
Line to center field. Mitchell takes it away from Ohtani. One easy play, one tough one. 2 outs.
You also think about the smash of hitting a driver and then the finesse of being a putter and a chipper in golf. So Will is a very good athlete with a simple swing. So I think he'll be able to come back quick without a lot of at-bats and reps. And oh boy, I just haven't got my swing in order yet. I don't really have my good eye-hand coordination yet. I don't have really the ability to move the ball to right field or hit it over the fence. I think he'll come quick.
Dodgers have 5 hits in this game. Pages has 2 of them. Dalton Rushing, meanwhile, says the elbow is pain-free swinging, has not tried to throw, and is hoping to give that a shot next week. Dalton actually, his pre-draft medical showed that he had a strain in his UCL, which is what guys have operated on in Tommy John surgery. So that was coming out of college, but he didn't have any pain there, so he never even realized he had an issue. And then when he was warming up a few weeks ago, he suddenly was having a hard time getting the ball back to Emmett Sheehan, and he said something is up here. So he goes in for imaging, and it shows a strain in the flexor muscle that helps protect the UCL. And the worry is that when that's diminished, the UCL is at greater risk, which he's already got this minor strain in. So the last few weeks he's been focused on strengthening that flexor. Hopes to get back to doing everything, to being an actual catcher this year, but he told me that he's at peace that if it doesn't become that, if he picks up a ball and it doesn't quite feel right next week, he says, I'm all in on just crushing off of the bench if that's what they ask me to do. Because that is a role that would be a useful one if they could have his left-handed bat off of the bench, even if he wasn't available to catch. Gets it to Pages, a 2-2 pitch. High fly ball, deep left field, towards the corner. Dodgers take the lead. Andy Pages is 3 for 3, and his 20th home run of the season has put the Dodgers back in front.
No home runs on pitches away this year, but middle in is where he causes damage. And that was a sweeper that found its way middle in, and he left here with it. Same type of pitch that Teo hit off a gasser in their last game, but Teo's was a little bit higher. This one, Andy had to go down a little bit and get.
27 last year, 20 now this season. Hot final month and a half, could make a run at that career high total. Hernandez, who's 1 for 2, swings and misses, and down 1 and 2. So the Dodgers strike right back in support of Yamamoto after he gives up the 1 run in the top of the 5th inning. Although you really don't want to fall behind these Brewers that they have in the back end of the bullpen. But McGill probably unavailable tonight. And Abner Uribe, as good of a setup man as there is in baseball, placed on the injured list today. Here's a 2-2. And that's the inning. Dodgers take the lead right back. Andy Pages 3 for 3 tonight. He's got half of the team's hits. He's scored both their runs, and it's 2-1 to the 6. Dodgers 2, Brewers 1. Top of the 6th inning. Andy Pages with the go-ahead home run. Yamamoto's back to work. Ball one on Jake Bauers. 3, 4, and 5 coming up for Milwaukee here. Yamamoto 8 strikeouts in this game. Similar flavor to his last start, not quite as efficient. 26 pitch first inning played a big hand in that. But at 86 pitches here as it gets going in the 6th. Here's his 1-1 pitch. Got the call on the fastball, strike 2.
Definitely got the call. Milwaukee with 2 challenges left. The Dodgers with 2 challenges left. That one was wide.
Ground ball, base hit, center field. First time Milwaukee's put the leadoff man on. Or second time, beg your pardon, did so last inning.
Here's
got the run.
Here's the pitch before. It was a little wide, but then he beats the defense. He beats the data. It's a routine ground ball to the conventional second baseman, but not in a conventional position.
So up comes Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn 0 for 2 today. 367 against the Dodgers, though, since going to the Brewers last year. And that included the home run against Yamamoto in his very first at-bat in Milwaukee. Runner takes off, throw down from Fiducia. They got him. Well, we talk about Will Smith and Dalton Rushing coming back. But Hunter Fiducia and Ben Wardfett have been awesome since coming over.
Yeah, quietly supplying offense, and now right here, turn up the volume on this throw. Yama was very quick to home, and it was a very quick release and accurate enough throw. Just keep it on the correct side of the bag. Edmund gets the tag down.
So wipes the tie run off of the bases. Ball and a strike on Vaughn. And now strike 2. Hung a curve, got away with it. Zach Greinke used to hear grunt on every pitch. Some pitchers hear grunts when they're really digging deep. His grunts are usually, oh no.
Exactly. You know when it leaves your hand, you're like, oh no. But because he throws so many different speeds, so many different locations, so many different counts, you can't expect what's coming. Gets away with a bad pitch as far as the spray pattern's concerned. Gets an out.
Part of that having him kind of in between, a little bit of indecisiveness.
Yep.
There's a curveball that'll amplify that feeling. Okay, he says we're okay.
I love that he came right back with it first pitch here, just to, like the last one was just a practice pitch.
Curve and then a fastball and 0-2. Just by the bag, foul.
Last 3 pitches have actually been perfect, and he's wanted to get right back on the pitching plate and get right after it. Whatever he felt with the hanging curveball that got him an out, he made the perfect adjustment for the next 3.
It's the least we've seen him use his splitter in a while. Heavy 4-seam tonight. Went to the slider right there to finish off Yelich. His 9th K has him through 6. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Good times. Looks like Yamamoto's finished. He goes 6 innings, 1 run, strikes out 9. Even Will gets a hug right here. Mookie Betts leads off and takes a strike from Robert Gatser. Betts knocked in their first run back in the first inning. The Dodgers, after the Brewers tied it in the top of the 5th, retook the lead, and a Pages home run in the bottom of the 5th. But Yamamoto does again what you want your ace to do when you want him to do it.
Yeah, he's got ice water in his veins. He is all about execution. He's not about results. Yes, the results of a pitch. He then makes adjustments from it, like we just saw with the hanging curveball. But tonight, he was a completely different pitcher. He gave Milwaukee a dose of a different type of medicine. The lowest percentage of splitters that he's thrown was tonight since last July. 16%.
Evan Phillips will be the man for the 7th. One gone in the 6th. Tommy Edmonds the hitter. Shoots one down the line, foul.
Love to see some padding here from the offense. You talked about earlier in the game about the thing that could really help this bullpen is a little bit bigger lead. Yamamoto has only had 4 runs for him in his last 3 starts when he's in the game. They have not gotten him much in the last 3 games. He has pitched with his back up against the wall a lot.
Edman cranks one left center field, headed back there for the seats and gone. Tommy Edman connects and the Dodgers lead 3-1. There's that insurance. Second solo shot of the middle innings for LA.
Tommy's done it all tonight. He's hit a routine ground ball to stay out of a double play with his speed. Then he gets an infield hit, a squibber down the third baseline, and then he goes, okay, let me hit one hard.
Been searching for that good feeling, that good sound. He finds it right there. His 4th home run in this abbreviated season. Didn't begin until late June. 1 ball, no strikes on Kyle Tucker. Pop up in center. It's Mitchell. 2 out, and a look back at Edmonds' home run.
His right-handed swing is a little bit more level than his left-handed swing. That one he went down and elevated. It wasn't like it was waist high or thigh high. It was down near the knees. The hitters that have hit from the right side since Tommy's a switch hitter are 7 for 14 with 2 home runs tonight. It has been the righties getting it done. Lefties are 0 for 10.
Muncy, one of those lefties, grounds it foul. Doesn't always follow what the stats will say that it will be, but tonight it's followed it exactly with the splits coming into the game for Gasser. Brewers have not lost a start from Robert Gasser in the 2nd half. 27-year-old started this season in AAA. Came up in mid-May. Lately he's been pretty darn good. The 0-1 to Muncy. Is cracked down the line towards the corner and extra bases. Bounces up along the railing, still in play. Muncy will stop at second with a 2-out double.
Max says, I'll step up for the left-handed fraternity. Make it 1 for 11. And let's make it an extra base hit. Looked like it was going to bounce out of here, but Karem's back into the field of play. No interference there at all.
So nobody warming in the Milwaukee bullpen. Gasser's season high 97 pitches. This is his first full season back from Tommy John. 85 right here. 2-out chance for Kike Hernandez. Like to follow Tommy Edmonds' path and find that good feeling he's been searching for lately. 0 for 2 today and a pair of ground outs. 2 for 22 since coming off of the IL. Producers due next. It looks like Call would hit for him. Running the bank here in the 6th on the Edman home run. Muncy at second, 2 out. Strike 2 on Hernandez. And it is Grant Anderson. A chase and strike 3. Home run though from Tommy Edman, and the Dodgers lead it 3-1 after 6.
Be one of the first 40,000 fans on August 21st to take home the exclusive Luka Doncic bobblehead. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information. I don't know if I could do play-by-play basketball and use this whole thing.
You just might take a little more work.
Yeah, maybe a few more reps.
Call out of the bullpen is brought to you by Jacoby and Myers. It's Evan Phillips, first out of there tonight. First season, back from Tommy John surgery, 5.73 ERA over his first 14 games. Contreras, Lara, and Hamilton. That's 6, 7, and 8 for Milwaukee. And Dave Roberts, the continued questions with Edwin Diaz's continued struggles. Do you consider a demotion for Diaz? Put somebody else into that role. And Doc's response is, who should it be? And I think the most obvious one is Tanner Scott. But even Scott lately hasn't been quite as sharp. Velocity's fluctuated a little bit. Walks have gone up. The case of Phillips, who showed the ERA, and it shouldn't be expected that he's ready to be the guy this quickly after missing that much time. Enriquez better the last few games, but 2 base runners an inning the last month. And then the walk issues for Alex Vesia. 1 and 2 on Contreras. So Dave Roberts has said, look, I'm going to bet on Edwin Diaz finding it. Edwin Diaz has always been an all-star caliber pitcher. I'm going to give him the runway and trust that he's going to get back to being that. Let's check in with Kirsten.
Thanks, Joe. Well, there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to the bullpen because there are some guys who are getting healthy. So this week at Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium, we saw both Blake Trinan as well as Brock Stewart take part in live BPs. So they're both now about to begin their rehab assignment. And Dave said for Brock, his should be a shorter one, so we could be seeing him sooner than later.
2 and 2 on Contreras. Dave continuing to have conversations with guys as he always does, but he also praised Josh Bard today. He said his biggest power is how he connects with the guys down there, and personally has such a good pulse. Now the guys in the pen, so a lot of them go through it right now. Phillips to Contreras with a 2-2. In the air, deep center. Pages onto the track. And the fans watching it with the same eyes that have watched the last couple weeks of this bullpen struggling. You could sense the angst as that ball flew out there, but it tumbles down, 1 away.
Evan Sweeper tonight's got a little sharper break and a little better location. Looks like he's making a step forward so far.
Luis Lara almost had his first major league home run his last time up. Came in to score the tying run. That was in the 5th. '21-year-old from Venezuela chases, and it's 1-1. Signed a 7-year extension, 7-year, $30 million contract in June, and then got to the major leagues in July. Backdoor sweeper, 1 and 2.
I like the execution here tonight so far. I like the cutter that he threw. It had some depth to it. The sweeper, he's been able to get it to both sides of the plate. It looks like the movement is a lot later and sharper.
Stays alive.
When you're throwing an arm side sweeper, which is backdoor or heads up to the middle, and it's got this depth, you are really getting to the front of the baseball. Not our favorite foul ball for a catcher.
Not the favorite foul ball for his foot.
Oh, the last two have hurt. Another good cutter in there.
Calf than foot.
Yeah, it might be the shin splints, right in that place where you get very little circulation, and the nerves are just right there. Inside of that shin bone. A devious pitch would be go right back there.
Devious.
Or even a sweeper in there where he's for sure going to go over top of it. Yep.
Very devious.
Bad intentions. I don't do every game, so I haven't seen every outing. Sometimes I'm watching them on TV, but this is the best I've seen him in person. I wasn't talking about you, Clayton.
How about the kids, though?
Hey, kids, that's the best I've seen them in a while.
3-2 on Laura.
They got some endurance.
Right.
Top of the 7th.
I think they had 5 when the game started, but 4 out of 5 ain't bad.
72 degrees, 9 o'clock, and the kids are still up.
Betts charges. Lara flies, and Betts has to hurry to get him.
It's only 8 o'clock in Texas, right? But they've been here a couple weeks.
Second baseman, David
It's
Hamilton.
11 o'clock in Texas.
Yeah, that's it, too. Let's do another different math. Yeah, so they're wide awake. They've been here in L.A. for a while.
They got TVs down there. They're loving it.
Oh, okay. That's what's going on.
Putting on for the camera. Just like Dad would always do. You know, Clayton loved the camera. And,
oh, yeah.
He's thinking enough. 1-1 on David Hamilton.
Can we do a close-up of just Clayton's face, just so all the kids? Oh, let's do it.
Just like a real tight zoom.
Just a really tight zoom on him. Let the kids go. Oh, Dad. Jump on his lap. Yeah, I don't care if he likes it or not. Let's do it.
Grounded to second. Tommy Edman to first. Devin Phillips, a 1-2-3-7. 7th inning stretch brought to you by Sit and Sleep, SoCal's most trusted mattress store. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Ford dealers. Discover the complete Ford lineup. Rugged, stylish, and powerful trucks and SUVs engineered for your adventures. Robert Gasser stays in. Strike one on Hunter Fiducia. Double-barreled action down in that Milwaukee pen. Oh, 0-2 on Fiducia. Just the second time that Gasser's pitched into the 7th inning in his young major league career. Just Grant Anderson. Count evens 2-2. Difference in this game, couple solo home runs. Pages in the 5th, Edman in the 6th. Series will continue tomorrow. 4 o'clock game on Fox. Jacob Mizorowski for the Brewers. Cy Young favorite. And Justin Robleski for the Dodgers, trying to get his season back on track. Sunday back on Sportsnet LA. Tarek Skubal against Logan Henderson. 2.93 ERA opposes a 2.88 ERA. Producer lays off, and he's worked the count full.
The catcher's challenging the ball.
Contreras will challenge. 2 left for the Brewers. And now 1 left.
Close, correct. Milwaukee has 1 remaining.
Fiducia to third and caught by Vaughn.
We've seen Muncy catch one of these. This one a little slower with more curve, but still gets in the leather.
Up comes Ohtani. 0 for 3 today, 1 for 7 this weekend. For 7, 4 Ks against Gasser. Something you can hang your hat on as a young pitcher. Offered right there, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Takes a pitch like that, it tells me he's looking for something middle in. That ball started middle and he took it perfectly away.
Got something middle in, popped it up behind the plate and to the seats.
Yeah, it was the speed that got him off of it. It was in an area where he wanted it. It was just a little slow to take the sting out of the bat.
th pitch of the game from Gasser is fouled off by Ohtani.
Trying to stay alive until the pitcher makes a mistake in his area.
First time in Gasser's career he's gone triple digits on the pitches. Full count on Ohtani. Almost certainly be the last hitter that he faces. Pages 3 for 3 against him on deck. A righty. Righty Anderson's ready. 3-2. He walked him. First walk of the game that Gasser's issued, and Pat Murphy going to get to the mound before Ohtani gets to first. Andy Pages comes up looking for a 4-hit game.
It's all about rhythm with him and not chasing the ball low and away. If he's going to hit for power, it's going to be middle in. He doesn't have any home runs on the outer part of the plate. So if you're Milwaukee, you got to pitch him low and away and give him his base hit to right. But other than that, you got to keep the extra base hit out of this game if you're Anderson,
who just returns from AAA today. Ohtani's at first, 1 away in a 3-1 game here in the 7th. First thing he does is check on Shohei. Pages has one 4-hit game this year. That was in May against Colorado. This is his first 3-hit game in this month of August already. He takes ball 1.
The pattern of that last fastball is really good for Andy because he can handle the low and in fastball with that kind of movement coming into his swing.
Same thing.
It's the kind of pitch that Mookie likes to hit, Teo likes to hit, Andy likes to hit. The pitcher's trying to get him to roll over to the third baseman, but if they can get it in the air, they hit it hard.
Pop up at first base, Jake Bauers. 2 out. Tanner Scott's getting loose. 9-1-2 coming up from Milwaukee. Ortiz, Mitchell, and Chourio. Teoscar Hernandez is 1 for 3, hitting both games this weekend. Ooh, gets under that one. On a 2-0, Teoscar watches ball 3 spin away.
He got Andy with keeping the ball down and then going up and getting a tilt swing to get the pop up. I don't know if he'll, with Teo, if he'll do that too and go up. When a hitter attacks the low ball, he can let the weight of the bat kind of take the bat down to the ball. But you get in a habit of doing that at the beginning of your swing, all of a sudden it balls up, you're going to pop it up.
Takes his first walk of the month of August. You got to go back almost 3 weeks to find his last walk. Second one of the 7th inning, and it brings up Mookie Betts. Started the scoring for the Dodgers tonight with an RBI single in the first.
Number 50, Mookie Betts.
Hooks a fly ball to the left field corner. Chourio's over there to put it away and end the inning. Dodgers strand a couple, lead by 2 to the 8th. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Jack's new Philly-style bonus Jack combos, shaved steak, grilled onions and peppers, and melty cheese, starting at $5.49. Tanner Scott comes on, sub-1 ERA over the last month plus.
There's short term and there's long term. Well, the short term is Milwaukee is not hitting the breaking ball, and Tanner Scott's got a good one.
That slider of his starts with a fastball, though, to get a strike on Ortiz. 9-1-2 here. Ortiz, Mitchell, and Chourio.
They are 0 for 7 tonight against the breaking ball with 3 Ks. Mix in the spinner.
There was right there. Another good night for Ortiz. Double and a sacrifice fly, so in this series 3 for 4. Knocked in 2 and he scored a run. Gary Sanchez is going to hit for Garrett Mitchell. Scott's ahead 1-2. Came in yesterday, faced just one hitter. It's Christian Yelich, who gave it a ride to the left field corner, but Hernandez ran it down. And so Scott, among the guys that pitched yesterday, as fresh as any of them. Here's his 1-2.
We're in those innings now when the Dodgers, with their 2 challenges, if any situation gets tight, it'll be high leverage and a chance to reverse a call. I think you take a shot.
The game kind of in that same position it was yesterday, where the Dodgers had the 2-run lead. It'd have been a sure thing leading late first half of the season. Penn was one of the best in baseball the first couple months. Dodgers won their first 65 games where they had the lead after 8 innings. Yesterday was their 2nd loss in the last week, leading after 8. Hernandez to get Ortiz.
If you're in the bullpen and you're a high leverage piece and you get another tight game after a heartbreaker, you've got to repair that heart very quickly. And the way this is lining up, we might see Edwin Diaz. Him or maybe Alex Vesia. Kirshner for the Vesia's down. I didn't catch that one. So maybe we are going to get to see the closer.
Chances are Edgardo Enriquez down as well today.
Interesting. You know, all the writers in the press box are very interested.
So Sanchez to pinch hit. Chases the first one. Strike 1. Gary Sanchez, 33 years old, the best he's been since he was an all-star early in his career with the Yankees, where it looked like he might be on a Hall of Fame track, as good as he was at a position like catcher, all the power that he had. All-star 2 of his first 3 years. Down 0-2. Looking out there like, man, that is nasty.
Yeah, Tanner's breaking ball this year has had another gear to it.
Three of them in a row to get Sanchez looking. Opponents below 150 against that pitch this year.
Well, now the Brewers are 0 for 8 against it with 4 Ks.
Left field, number 11, Jackson Churio.
5 up, 5 down for the bullpen. Brewers have brought the minimum to the plate the last 3 innings. Churio, the base is empty and 2 out. Looks at a backdoor slider for a strike. That's 4 slide pieces in a row from Tanner Scott.
We watched that with Evan Phillips. Arm side sweepers or sliders where they still are sharp. It's much easier that pitch to make sharp with a big break because you're throwing your arm across your body and you can create some angle to make it really have that break. But to keep your arm on the side of where you're throwing and make the ball break, you've got to be very disciplined.
See if he goes 6 in a row. If it ain't broke, why fix it?
Your body and your mechanics can take on the shape of the breaking ball to help it. You can do that. You don't want to help it too much because then you hang it. But if you just get a little angle to it, you can really throw a good one.
Top 2 in the order for the Brewers today. 0 for 7, 6 strikeouts. 5 of those 6 strikeouts looking. Scott fires 2-2. Top the long third. Muncy charges. Can't pull the trigger. And the tying run comes up. Infield hit for Jackson Churio. And Jake Bauers, their team leader in home runs with 21 in the year, comes to the plate. 1 swing from tying it.
Max is frustrated, but he was doing everything he could to give him a chance there, and I think even if he does it perfectly, he's not going to get him.
So here is Bowers, who's extended his on-base streak to 17 games today, hitting close to 350 in that time. At the knees with a fastball. Bowers, whose previous career high was 13 home runs, 21 in this breakout season as a 30-year-old. Last night's hero takes in the dirt, 1-1. Kind of a seeing-eye bouncing ball, the 5th hit of that inning. Bring home their 3rd run to go from down 4-2 to win 5-4. And when you're the guy that speaks up and says we gotta just chill out, it's good when you come through after being the voice. He's been a leader in a lot of ways for Milwaukee. On a 1-1 from Scott. Swings and misses at the high fastball. It's been good to see 97 from Scott. It's been a couple outings recently, but that's hovered around 95.
Milwaukee has built whatever offense they've gotten tonight for the 1 run, mostly with 2 infield singles and the chopper over Max Muncy's head for a double. Other than that, they haven't hit the ball very hard.
Got him swinging. Couple scoreless innings for the pen. To the bottom of the 8th, Dodgers 3, Brewers 1. Wraps up for the postgame show. Access Sportsnet Dodgers presented by Mercury Insurance. Dodgers trying to tie this series up. Brewers the comeback win in the 9th inning last night. 3-1, bottom of the 8th here. Bryce Wilson out of the Brewers bullpen to face Tommy Edman. Homered from the other side of the plate as last time.
You like the swing, but he went down and got it. Made sure he elevated it out of here.
And it will be in the 9th inning. Edwin Diaz. Vaughn, Yelich, Contreras, due up for Milwaukee. Chase on a sinker for the first out of the 8th.
Right fielder, number 23, Kyle Tucker.
1 run on 5 hits for Milwaukee, 3 runs on 8 hits for the Dodgers. Tucker still looking for his first hit of this homestand at 0 for 15. Tucker's ahead, 3 balls, 1 strike.
Open your swing up right here. 1 out, nobody on, 3-1 count. You've been struggling at home. Look for some inner half.
Good sinker.
Yep, but he was opening the swing up. It was just in a tough place to hit. He cheated a little bit, just didn't get it in the right location.
Wilson home with the payoff. Tucker down and a high fastball. Back-to-back Ks for Wilson. His third team this year. He's been with the Cubs. He's been with the Phillies. .394 ERA in his 7 games with Milwaukee.
Third baseman, number 13, Max Muncy.
Got to the big leagues, Bryce Wilson did, when he was 20 years old with the Braves in 2018. Here he comes to Max Muncy. Nasty sinker. Spent 3+ years in Atlanta, then went to Pittsburgh. First stint with Milwaukee, was there in 23 and 24, and last year with the White Sox. 28 years old and quite a journey. 9 seasons, 6 teams. Down the line and foul.
This is like the calm before the storm for Dodgers. End up with a 3-run lead going into the top of the 9th. Fans will be a little bit anxious.
Muncy's down swinging, and toss down from Contreras will finish it off in the 8th. All right. Edwin Diaz getting a chance again to protect a 2-run lead. To the 9th inning we go. Fasten those seatbelts tight. All right, so it's Edwin Diaz 24 hours after the blown save to try and figure it out. He's blown 3 saves over the last week. Just unrecognizable from the Diaz that's dominated baseball for the better part of a decade. Vaughn, Yelich, Contreras coming up. Fans watching, holding their breath. (2-0) on Vaughn.
Edgy but balls. And he's looking for the edges and pinpoint. That's where he lived before the surgery.
3-0 on Vaughn. And he said one day it's the fastball, the next day it's the slider. Some days feels like it's his mechanics. Some days just doesn't have the feel for it, whether that's mechanics or just touch and feel. There's a strike, 3-1. And yesterday it was strikes, but it was right down the middle.
It's part of rehab. You calibrate your bullets, changes on a daily basis. Things that you used to do subconsciously, now you have to do consciously. It's part of getting back in it. What Blake Snell did the other day was off the charts. Unbelievable to be out as long as he was, coming back from injury, and to pitch the way he did with pinpoint control, curveball with gears. Edwin's trying to find that.
Well, he's found it here. 3 straight balls, now 3 straight strikes.
To come back from a 3-0 count so quickly, he's felt the pressure in this at bat. Finish it off.
Another payoff to Vaughn. Got away from him. And the tying run's coming up.
This is not on purpose, but it is overthrown. It is thrown before its time. I love the fact that Kike is coming in here to talk to him. Remember when Kike talked to Yamamoto in the playoffs and told him, remember who you are, how good you are?
Yeah, Yamamoto talks about that as a turning point in his career.
Bet you Kike had something to say like that.
These 2 guys are close. Team Puerto Rico teammates. Kike, one of the guys that recruited Edwin to the Dodgers. Pinch runner over there. Ji-Hwan Bae. He's got good speed. Of course, his run not the important one. It's the man at the plate, Christian Yelich. 0 for 2 today, 8 home runs on the year. Takes ball 1 from Diaz. And this is Edwin Diaz's 9th inning and closer spot to figure out. Getting as many chances to do it as you could ever ask for. Because Dave Roberts figures that best version of this team is one where he does figure it out. There goes Bay from first. Throw from Fiducia, not in time. It was a strike, so it's 1-2.
It was a slider. First slider that he's thrown for a strike in this inning, and they're just trying to stay out of the double play by letting that run go. And you get down to second base, stay out of the double play. The pitcher's not paying attention to you right now.
Strikes out Yelich.
Back-to-back sliders for strikes. One, the last one, for a swing and miss. On the stolen base, it was taken at the knees for a strike. This one a little bit higher and gets the out.
Catcher number 24, William Contreras.
Now it's Contreras. 0 for 6, 4 strikeouts against Diaz lifetime. 0 for 3 today. Hitless his last 22 at-bats. Wow, wicked chase. 3rd straight slider.
And that was a ball out of hand and never even came close to the strike zone. That is just a cheat swing, hoping to hit a home run.
So he's thrown 4 sliders in a row. Let's see what he goes with here to Contreras. Tying run at the plate, 1 gone in the 9th inning.
Well, you want it on the outer half of the plate, outside corner, outer half, because you want, if he's going to tie the game, you want him to the big part of the field. Make him go oppo, make him go to center field. Don't give him anything inner half that he can keep fair to left field in the air.
7 sliders in a row, 3 balls, 1 strike. Tying run aboard in the 9th. Jonathan Hernandez.
Right fielder number 18, Luis Lara.
If he hears the crack of the catcher's glove in the bullpen, it's got a chance to lock him in, or it's got a chance to say, whoa, what is going on? Every pitcher that's on the mound can hear when the bullpen gets started.
Lara's the hitter. Not close. Edwin Diaz, 259 career saves. Might need to be rescued by a guy who's got 4 in his career. None in 4 years. Lara, right side, snared by Tommy Edman. What a play, 2 gone. Second and third, tying run in scoring position, but could have been a whole lot worse.
Hit like a rocket. Tommy thought he had a double play, just couldn't get it out of his glove clean enough to go to second. Gets the out at first. Tying runs in scoring position.
Second baseman number 6, David Hamilton.
David Hamilton coming up. Dave Roberts asking Tasker Hernandez to move in and left.
I wouldn't mind a visit right here because I want to tell my pitcher, you have 2 batters to get 1 out. Edwin is possibly going to give in because he doesn't want to get out of this game. Like right here, especially with a 2-0 count. I want him to have a free mind to know I don't have to give in to this guy and get the next guy out too with bases loaded.
Pryor's going out there for a visit.
I like it. I think it's perfect timing. Reboot the computer as far as with the 2-0 count, and also tell him, look, You're not coming out after this batter, so I want quality pitches near the edges, and we'll get the next guy with bases loaded 2 outs if we have to.
Only Kenley Jansen more saves than Edwin Diaz over the last decade. That guy's in there somewhere still. Two on, 2 out of the 9th. 2-0 pitch. Ball 3 on Hamilton. They at third, Contreras at second, and now the bases loaded. Hamilton to first. A hit batter and 2 walks in the inning.
I love Dave Roberts' posture through the whole at bat, through the whole inning. If your pitcher glances over there and sees you on the top step, getting nervous, cheering for you, he just relaxed and letting the professional on the mound find himself.
Joey Ortiz. Strike 1. Leading the league in average since early July. Ball 1. Top of the order next, but third guy they've had in that spot today, Brandon Lockridge. Not a big hitter. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to short for Mookie Betts. That is a low throw, but Hernandez has it. Never a doubt. Edwin Diaz able to get out of it. Dodgers tied the series up with a 3-1 win.
Good visit, Mark Pryor. Great recovery, Edwin Diaz. Maybe it's the step you've been looking for.
Ooh, wasn't simple. It was not easy.
He could have flipped it to second. He decided to go to first, and Kike got it done.
So Diaz hangs on by a thread here, as do the Dodgers. Within a game of the Brewers for the best record in baseball. And they'll send Robleski to the mound tomorrow to face off with the Miz, Jacob Mizorowski. 4 o'clock on Fox, and then we'll be back with you on Sunday. For Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. Stay tuned for Access Sportsnet Dodgers after this 3-1 LA win.